Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. It's your host, Shane Guilford. And yes, this is the final round of the V8 season for 2024. Very sad, but very excited as we are in Adelaide. And we've got a huge field turning up tonight for the grand final. We're just in qualify session at the moment. We've got just under 5 minutes to go. So before we get on track, you know what we do? We like to show the competition table as it stands at the moment. And if you have a look at the standings thus far, looks like I've lost them at the moment. We'll get back to that just as it comes to hand. We are in qualify session with Scott Flack, currently in P2. Alex Kiddis just taking us, taking pole at the moment on a 1:18.429, very low time. We had Matt Collins in earlier with a 1:17, so the boys haven't chased that, but Matt Collins missing from the qualify session at the moment. Season standings, Wayne Walker up on front, almost a flawless performance this year. I think it was Tasmania, Simmons Plains, where we had the little blip there. If you look at the points for P2, the guys get 2 drop rounds per year. We've calculated that, and this is how it stands at the moment. So we are a tie for P2 and 3, both on 157 between Alex Kiddis from Queensland and Craig Broadbent from New South Wales, both on the 157 after 12 rounds. Very exciting, or after 11 rounds, I should say. Paul Robinson unfortunately had an incident at Surfers Paradise, and that's cost him some valuable points for the competition, as he is now tied with Craig Broadbent with Scott Flack for P4 and 5. So we'll see how that battle goes too. Paul Robinson and Scott Flack, they've been together all year round, and tonight won't be any different. Then it's Justin Bryce stabilised in P6. Oppa Desano not with us tonight in P7. Eric Chandra also not with us, missing from the qualifier session. He's in P8. Matt Collins 9, and Andrew Chilui not here either. A few missing names here, very disappointing, but hopefully we'll see him in the first round for 2025 season. All right, back on track. It is qualifier session. And currently, Alex Kiddis out in front at the moment. We'll go through the field. Craig Broadbent is with us. Current defending champion, but he's going to lose that title after tonight's round, as we are in Adelaide. 2 races. It's going to be 16 and 40 laps, respectively. With just over a minute to go, it looks pretty solid. Wayne Walker, with not much practice, is up in a 4th already, but watch him improve throughout the night. Bit of a late starter to the practice session. Literally jumped in 5 minutes ago. Rob Logan's with us, currently in the garage. Justin Bryce, P5 in the championship, or P6 in the championship. Craig Stoddard, the BS Motorsport Racing, is in P8 at the moment. James Spotto in the top 10 in the Red Bull, flying the Red Bull colours all year long. David Baker in the pits. Newbie for us, but no newbie to SimHaus League, is Hang-Jan Stenica from the NASCAR League, is jumping in the V8s for this one. Doing pretty well so far. Jared Vanderweide is joining us as well tonight. Let's see how it goes against Neil Haynes, teammate of Rob Logan. And then Matthew Belton is with us as well. Troy Laszlo from Queensland, and Braden Pritchard just getting out on his opening lap. Will he be able to finish? He'll have to finish this lap, but touching that wall may nullify his qualifier session. We will see very quick during practice. And that is the checkered flag for the qualifier session. Alex Kidd is still out on track, posting yet another fast lap at 1:19.999. Purple sector's in sector 1. He must have crossed that start-finish line just in time. As the boys are finishing up. Wayne Walker moving up into P3, just crossing the line there. Alex Kiddis taking all sorts of curbs to finish his. That won't be... Looks like he hasn't posted a sector 2. So that won't advance him up or make any difference as he takes pole next to Craig Broadbent. The black and turquoise cars will be on front row. Then it's Wayne Walker and Scott Flack. Who else is out there? We've got James Spotto. No, that won't be a full lap. And then Jared Vanderweld on his final sector now. Final corner down the main straight. Looks like he's enjoying ragging his car around as he crosses the line. Moving up into P9 with a 1:20.163. Great effort from him. Congratulations. As he will start race 1 in P9. Okay, so the field is set. We're about to go to race 1. It will be 15 laps actually, race 1. We'll go to a quick commercial break. Stay tuned, we'll be right back. All right, welcome back. It is race 1 at Adelaide. No rolling start, just straight on the grid. The boys have got 1 minute to get on there. Craig Broadbent, one of the first boys to do so. Very long grid. It's going to be a tough fight into turns 1 and 2. The admins have quite relaxed on the first couple of laps. As the revs rise, we'll move back to the front, waiting for the green light, the grid to fill. It is the final round of the season, round 12, race 1. Here we go, 15 laps. Craig Broadbent. And it's Broadbent that gets a better jump. Wayne Walker in there. Broadbent just squeezing them out now. Broadbent on the inside, trying to get through turn 1. Massive crash at the front. Kiddas and Broadbent coming together. Kiddas getting turned around. Walker taking the lead already. Bryce just squeezing in back there. Oh, and Stoddard, it looks like, gets turned around. As expected, very hectic towards the back. Kiddas got all the work to do, almost from pole position. Actually, from pole position. As Wayne Walker leads them through the back straight for the first time. Top 3 breaking away. Rob Logan up into P4 too. Justin Bryce tucking in Paul Robinson, and that's Jared Vanderweed. Wayne Walker starting to stretch that lead out now. Although Scott Flack coming, closing in right on that final turn, but has he controlled it? He's ragging those super softs all around. Rob Logan up the back as well. Got a train behind him. Hang-Jan Steneker from the Netherlands is racing with us, and he's up into P8 as well. So the two rookies showing their skill. Bryce coming up the inside, but no, decides to just sit in. Just going to put the pressure on Rob Logan for now. Rob Logan doing an excellent job so far in P4 at the moment. His teammate Neil Haynes back in 15. Not so much. David Baker falling back into P16 at the moment. Matthew Pritchard, Braden Pritchard moving up into the top 10 already after 2 laps. So it's Wayne Walker, Scott Flack. And that's Broadbent in P3, Rob Logan the next set. Oh, Paul Robinson under pressure from the newbie, Jared Vanderweed. I hope I'm pronouncing that right, but Jared's just going wide there. Steneker's up the inside. Steneker just, oh, Jared's got to calm down. Those tyres are going to warm up now. They're not going to be any good to him as Hang On Steneker gets the right run down. And you can see Alex Kiddas now struggling in P11, just ahead of Matthew Belton. Couple of groups starting to form now. 15 laps is definitely just a sprint. We're already on lap 3. And this will give us a good form guide as to what's going to happen in race 2. But Wayne Walker not really pulling away there. As to watch the guys come up the back straight. Scott Flack winning the battle against Paul Robinson for the championship. It looks like Craig Broadbent's going to get a free run against Alex Kiddas, as he's got a lot of work to do, as Kiddas is back in P11. Logan still leading the charge. Oh, and that's Jared Vanderweed just gone wide. Oh no, that's Hang On Steneker. Overshot that last turn. Very easy to do. Jared moving back up into P7 now, as he's got James Spotto right behind him. And that's Pritchard. on his tail as well. Watch Pritchard on the inside. Try and dive, but he's too close. Oh, Pritchard just locking up there. Just see what happened to Pritchard as he comes through the first chicane. What does he do? Does he lock up? Oh, Stanica just out-braking himself. Just takes out Braden Pritchard. Go back up the front now. Broadbent just losing touch, falling back into the Logan battle. And it's Scott Flack absolutely flying. Haven't seen much of him through the week and through the test sessions. This is a battle. We're on board with Scott Flack now, chasing down Wayne Walker. Wayne's looking in the rear vision mirror, not used to seeing red in the rear vision mirror, wondering how Scott Flack's still holding on. He's doing a great job. Nice and easy. Onto the back straight now. Big sprint right down the back straight. Through the gears now, up into fifth. Getting into sixth, may drop down to fifth just to take this turn at 240 kilometers an hour. Nice and easy. Let it drift out into the heavy braking hairpin. Scott Flack closing a lot. Is he going to have enough tyres? Yeah, he's locked it up a little bit. Starting to get a bit hot now. Those tyres, this is where Wayne Walker's strength comes in and starts to stretch away. Broadbent out on his own, but Logan's got company back there. And here comes Paul Robinson as well on the back of Justin Bryce from Servers Australia. After Paul Robinson, there's a bit of a gap as James Spotto up in a 7 just ahead of Jared. We saw that incident with Braden Pritchard. He's fallen back into P11. Got the other Red Bull. Oh, Justin Bryce is gone. Justin Bryce, that is, in P9. Oh, and he's just come into turn 1, just locked it up behind Logan. Trying to go Tokyo Drift style. He's overcorrected, gone on the inside wall. And that's thrown him on the inside. He's rejoined in P10, right behind Matthew Belton in the Red Bull. You can see the gaps he's got to chase down now. And there's only 9 laps to get it done. Wayne Walker out front, just stretching that lead, just over a second now. Scott Flack doing all he can to stay behind. And then Rob Logan leading the charge between the three. Looks like we've got another battle down in P13. That's Steneker out in 13, followed by Troy Kozlowski locking up under brakes there. And that is Neil Haynes right behind him. David Baker really struggling back there. Not too sure if he's got new tyres on there, but he's dropped back. His practice pace was very good during the week. It's just fallen off there. Lap 7 at 15 is still Wayne Walker out in front, as he has been all year long. Quality drive all year, very hard to chase. But Scott Flack really showing a good pace here to stay with him as close as he can. Just under the 1 second gap now. And Logan and Robinson it is. Oh, it looks like Robinson trying to get on the outside. Great battle. Logan pushing it up the inside. This is a great race now. On board with Paul Robinson now. Oh, you can see the front end of Logan gets it straightened up. Down the main straight now. Third gear, fourth gear. Trying to tuck into that draft. Logan braking nice and easy there. Got a nice flow through that section. What can Paul Robinson do under braking? Oh, Logan just making a mistake, overshooting it. Very easy to do. Oh, and that's Neil Haynes turned around. That's Neil Haynes in P15, teammate of Rob Logan, who we're on board with now. And Baker's DNF'd. Oh, Paul Robinson just scraping that wall. And that's a battle for P4. That's just between the two. Looks like Spotto's defending against Kiddas, but Kiddas 4 seconds back. Kiddas has got Vanderweld. Not too sure if Kiddas has just taken back P7 from Jared there in the number 14 Middy's electrical car. But Bryce is coming back into P9 currently, taking that spot from Matthew Belton in P10. So there's a lot of yellows going around. We can see local cautions being flagged around the course. This is the battle. Oh, tip to toe. Here we go. Paul Robinson on the charge. He wants that position. He's got to catch up to Craig Broadbent. No, sorry, Scott Flack in P2. Even worse for Paul Robinson. But it's not over yet. We still haven't got race 2 out of the way. We are in race 1. 9 laps down to 15. The next one's going to be the endurance race. Oh, closing up Paul Robinson. Is Rob Logan using up all his tyres under brakes, but it seemed quite smooth there. Oh, Paul Robinson just closing right up there. Under brakes. Oh, has he got the run? You can see him in the mirror. He's just tucked in. Rob just braking early. Oh, just getting up on 2 wheels through there. Paul's not sure what he has to do to get past Rob. He thought he had the run down the main straight, which he pretty much did. But he's just got to make a stick. Oh, he's got to try one of the switchovers. Oh, and that's a DNF for Braden Pritchard as well from P13. He's retired from the race. Will we see him back for race 2? Alex Kiddas with the fastest lap of the race at 1:19. Almost got taken out by the rear wing of Paul Robinson. As he goes up the inside, not much Rob can do. He's got to come back on the inside. Oh, this is a great battle. Side by side. It's on the inside there now. Oh, they're both wedged each other straight in the wall. Not much they could do. That's just racing. Just got to get in there and regroup as he's got James Spotto charging up behind as well. So this battle slowing them down, and there's Spotto in the background. Doesn't have enough laps in the race to get through. He's only got 4 more laps to go, so we'll see how the guys go out in front. Wayne Walker stretching that lead out in front. Over 3.5 seconds now ahead of Scott Flack in P2. Then another 3 seconds back, it is Broadbent, and then absolute daylight back to Paul Robinson. Craig Broadbent in P3. Current defending champion. Got to hand over the crown to Wayne Walker at the end of this, who's had a flawless year so far on top points and untouchable this year. We'll see if there's any other battles out there. Rob Logan just dropping off Paul Robinson at the moment. That's the gap there. Spotto's still in the mix, but he's a further 3 seconds behind. Kiddas coming on to the back of James Spotto now. That gap reducing in P6 and 7. We'll go to that one. And there it is. That's how close it is. The gap just on 1.5 seconds now. He's got to chase down. He's got 3 laps to do it, but they're chasing the boys in front too. Rob Logan starting to get hot tyres, and he's just out of the picture, just in front. There it is. Paul Robinson coming down the main straight now. Oh, Kiddas scraping that wall. Look at the tyre marks. Great camera shot there. Got a couple more guys coming around the bend now. That's Jared. That'll be Matthew Belton and Craig Stoddard. After that earlier spin on lap 1, he's recovered back up into P11. Great job from him. Lap 13 and 15, it's almost over. There's no real battles out on track. Guys can see each other, but not close enough. Just saw a great battle between Rob Logan and Paul Robinson on screen. And Paul Robinson getting the job done at the final hairpin at the back straight. Just hearing a bit of lock up from Rob Logan there back in P5. Then a Spotto behind. Here comes Kiddas. He's got it down just over a second now. There could be enough time. Spotto, Kiddas. Any of them hit the wall. Kiddas really stretching, using all of that track through that turn now. See the shadows of the helicopter come through. Wayne Walker showing why he's champion. He's got that gap out to just under 6 seconds now. So Spotto coming under fire now on the back straight. We can see him come up. That's the gap there. Kiddas almost on pole, but Spotto showing some great race pace. Staying out in front of Alex Kiddas. Not the easiest thing to do. Kiddas is currently battling Craig Broadbent for P2 in the championship. They are on equal points, so keep an eye out for that battle tonight between Craig Broadbent, who's in P3, and Kiddas, who's in 7. Hoping to be 6. We are on the last lap. Wayne Walker making his way halfway through the track now. We'll keep watching this battle. Justin Bryce in the background too, trying to get on the back of Kidas for one more position. Some valuable points for the championship. And Kidas is right on the back of... All right, we'll go to the front now. This is Wayne Walker on the final lap of the race. He's got a 7-second lead over the rest of the field. And final few corners, and he will take race 1 of round 12 here at SimHaus Racing. As he comes around the final corner for the first race, it is Wayne Walker crossing the line in P1. Second will be Scott Flack, keeping the tyres cold in the grass. Here comes through. Here comes Craig Broadbent. Takes the third spot at the podium. Then it's going to be Paul Robinson, and that is Troy Cieslowski without the front bumper. Oh, someone just gone wide there. Is that Spotto? Oh, that could have been Spotto losing a spot to Rob Logan as well. Kidas. Oh, so Spotto's lost a couple of spots there as he pulls it up. Justin Bryce, Jared's. Oh, he's just got to. Oh, Paul and Jared doing the same thing on the final turn as they cross the line. This is P9 and Jared for P10. And then we've got Matthew Belton coming around the final corner. Hang on, Steneker just overshooting that again. And he'll cross the line, and that'll be Steneker across the line. Troy Cieslowski in the pits already. Neil Haynes, we saw turned around early in the race. Unfortunately, going to the back of the field, and he'll be finishing the race as he takes the final corner and completes his 15 laps of the circuit. And then it was Braden Pritchard and David Baker who are in the garage. Okay, so we'll go to the official results, or provisionals I should say. For race 1, it is Wayne Walker taking the lead ahead of Scott Flack, and then Craig Broadbent in P2. Paul Robinson finishes in P4 ahead of Rob Logan, Alex Kidas and Spotto losing a couple of spots unfortunately. Otherwise he could have finished in P5. Finishes in P7. Alex Kidas moving up into 6. Justin Bryce taking P8 ahead of Jared Vandervelde, and then Craig Stoddard in P10. P11 was Matthew Belton ahead of Hang On Steneker, who showed some good pace early on, but may have struggled towards the end on this Super Softs. Troy Cieslowski in 13, Neil Haynes in 14, Braden Pritchard, David Baker in 15 and 16. All right, we're going to go to a commercial break. Set the race up for race 2, the final race of the season for V8s. So stay tuned. Grab your glass. We'll see you on the other side.
But what are we playing?
Ya lo sabéis, it's Halo Day.
Yeah, one sec.
He's playing football, isn't he?
这家伙, you know he fancies himself a footballer.
Oh, whatever. Look, your love makes me strong, but your hate makes me invincible. All right, let's get on Halo then.
Let's go.
Ready.
Dale.
You went back this time, right? You got some fun.
Chill, chaval. I won't ghost you this time.
I'm going hallway.
I got right.
Uno fuera.
Oh, another one down.
Lock in. Next kill wins it.
Where is he? No lo veo.
Nisha, do you hear that?
Quick on him, top left.
Bet. I'll push it. He's one shot.
Game over.
Got him.
Well played.
Same time tomorrow then.
We'll see.
Bye-bye.
Ciao. Nos vemos.
nothing like the Mountain. The speed, the history, and most importantly, the sound. It's part of the Bathurst 1000. And now it's part of your whiskey too. Aged to perfection with the sweet sounds of a roaring V8 pumping through each oak barrel. Like a perfect lap of the Mountain, each sip will leave you wanting more. For the second year, Ned Australian Whiskey brings you the 2022 limited edition Sounds of Bathurst Whiskey. And this year, Ned have taken it up a gear. The boldest drink for the greatest race in Australia.
All right, we are back, ladies and gents. It is race 2, the final race of the night. "40 laps it is. It's going to be just over 50 minutes if you're watching. It is reverse grid of the qualifier results, and it's Troy Cieslawski and Neil Haynes on the front. Neil Haynes getting a great start off the front there. Getting a good shot in there. Troy Cieslawski just gone straight ahead. That's given Neil Haynes some breathing space. What's happening down the back there? Scott Flack already up into the midfield. Steneker in there. Paul Robinson getting up there as well, trying to get some valuable points. Walker's already up into 10. Alex Kittas in 11. Spotto dropping back into 12. But they're all coming through, and that's David Baker, who said he's got some issues with his setup. And that's someone already at the start. That is Rob Logan. Not too sure what happened there. We'll have a quick look. Oh, just trying to get around. He's battling to get the car turned. He's got to just drop the clutch and go. Justin Bryce getting in on Troy Cieslawski there, in for P2. Neil Haynes stretching that lead. Cieslawski under fire. Black just trying to stay straight. He's got to keep it straight because he's in a battle with Paul Robinson here tonight, who's scored some valuable points. So too has Flack. Oh, a bit of a cue. Oh, Cieslawski's flipped it. He's just rolled it. Just watch Cieslawski come in over the curb, trying to brake. I think he's taking the inside curb a bit too early. Oh, just enough to roll that car over. Very easy to do. Center of gravity, an issue with these cars on the heavier turns. Oh, looks like Jared Vanderweid's fallen back. Paul Robinson up on 2 wheels as well. It's heating up in the mid-pack here. We're only at P6 here, down to P6 on lap 2. Oh, Paul Robinson's stuck on the outside. Craig's trying not to hit him, but it's affected his own race there. So it's a massive drag race. And that's Wayne Walker as well. Walker gonna go up on the inside. Defending and soon to be crowned new V8 champion for 2024. Craig Broadbent and Wayne Walker. Scott Flack leading the charge now, out in front. Oh, getting up the inside of Stoddard. On board with Craig Stoddard now from BS Motorsport. Currently in P4, just taking it easy through the first turns there. Very easy to clip the wall on the outside, as Scott Flack has just demonstrated. Right on cue, and Neil Haynes having a great run out front. Got Justin Bryce for company. And Scott Flack already up in a 3. Oh, a bit of barging. Oh, that's Neil Haynes come across Justin Bryce. Bryce is going to stay there. He's going to redress. He has to wait. Just see what happens here as Haynes comes across the inside. There's not much Justin could do there, as Haynes sort of come across trying to get off the ripple, and he spent too long trying to get around, and Bryce trying to wait up for him, as he is very much a gentleman in the racing and has redressed the position. No penalties incurred. Oh, Wayne Walker up on 2. Manages to hold it, and Kittas defending against James Spotto as he did in race 1. Flack now with the fastest lap of the race so far, taking the lead. Unfortunately, Neil Haynes, Justin Bryce coming together at the front of the pack. Hang on, Steneker in P2. Just got past Craig Stoddard there. So the number 8 in his opening round for the Aussie V8s is already up in a P2 and defending quite well against Craig Stoddard, who's been racing with us all year long. And look at the gap, the big train down the back straight. Steneker just going wide there. A lot of other guys are dropping the gear and getting it in tight. Flack stretching his lead now, just under 3 seconds. You can see him just off into the distance. This reverse grid always delivers some exciting racing. This is a beautifully presented track here at Adelaide. Oh, Steneker just going wide. So Stoddard just manages to get back on the grass there and hold it as he's got Wayne Walker, championship leader. And that's Paul Robinson defending now against Craig Broadbent. And this is the battle we were talking about before with the championship table. If you look down the right hand corner, you'll see they are equal on points. No, sorry, I'm getting it mixed up. It is Paul Robinson and Scott Flack equal on points, and it is Broadbent and Kiddas equal on points. So Broadbent winning that battle so far, but that is Kiddas right behind Broadbent now. Beautiful shot coming through the back straight there. Big kink. It's always delivered exciting action, and people have really got to avoid that wall. And the further the race goes on, the more they've got to look after that car, as the tyres will go off. David Baker already pulling out of this one, having issues with the setup. Unfortunately, he has retired for the second time tonight and very often throughout the year. So he needs to get that sorted. Okay, so we've got Scott Flack, hang on Steneker, and then it's Wayne Walker in 3. There goes Steneker there. Oh, Scott Flack just hitting the wall, overshot that. I could hear the noise. Steneker there, Wayne Walker, Craig Stoddard, Robinson, Broadbent, Kiddas, and that is Spotto as well. Steneker just going wide there. Now he's going to open it up for Wayne Walker. Just coming through the final few corners onto the main straight. This is where Steneker sometimes over brakes. Needs to be a lot smoother. Oh, cover the inside there. Wayne Walker had nowhere to go. He tried to go a bit tighter, looking for a gap, but Steneker closed that pretty well. Still under pressure from Wayne Walker. Steneker doing a really good job here. Oh, I can hear something in the background. Looks like Paul Robinson's had a bit of an issue. Actually, let's check that one out. So Paul Robinson heading the pack, and he had unfortunate but fortunate. He got spun around facing the right way, so he didn't lose too much time there. And Walker just going up the inside. Looks like Steneker just let him go. He took the wider line, letting Walker go on the inside. Hang on, Steneker racing with us from the Netherlands. Deep in the braking as they come around the final turn onto the main straight. Deep on the brakes into turn one, over the beautiful chicanes. Beautiful to drive over. Very hard to get right there. And very sweeping through the streets here of Adelaide City. Oh, Steneker just going wide. He's got to regroup, otherwise Stoddard's coming. Stoddard doing a fantastic job to be up here in P4. Oh, he's starting to over brake now. Stoddard under pressure. On board with Stoddard, looking back at Craig Broadbent now. Tucking in, he'll dip down, watch the front dip, and then it's a fast left sweeper. Right sweeper, I should say. Oh, what's Kiddas going to do? Is he going to overtake both of them? No, he's not. Oh, he's backed out of it right at the last second. Broadbent getting past Stoddard now. He's got Steneker further up the line. We're lap 8 of 40. Still a way to go, and there's a few more battles happening now as we go back to Matthew Belton, who's got Neil Haynes and Jared for company. This is battle for P10 at the moment. It's a three-way. And Rob Logan not having the best race in race 2. That's Neil Haynes, his teammate, in P11. But then Jarrett, and then Rob Logan back. Oh, commentator's curse. He managed to get it straight. Nice power slide. Nice car control to get it back in. Huge crowd here today at Adelaide. As we've got Scott Flack out in front, down the back straight. Got it, protecting a 2.6 second lead ahead of Wayne Walker. And then it's further 4 seconds back to Steneker and Broadbent. And it looks like Broadbent's on the charge now. On board now with Craig Broadbent chasing Steneker, doing a stellar job in P3. Steneker just taking a wider line. Not too sure if he's looking after the tyres there, but he's probably losing a bit of time to Broadbent, who's on the charge, on the chase. Oh, Stoddard out. What's happened there? See Craig Stoddard. He's come around the final corner. Could be internet issues. He's coming down the main straight, and if he just disappears... Oh, that's Stoddard losing connection, and Kiddas as well. Not too sure what's happened there for Kiddas. Looks like Scott Flack's in the pits as well, but we'll go back live.
There is nothing like the mountain.
No, it's Flack's still out in front with a 2.5 second lead. Still quite healthy, back to Wayne Walker. Just seeing what the issue is with Kiddas. Kiddas would not be pulling out. So too Stoddard this late in the game. It looks like they could have internet issues to the server. There's nothing registering on the server details, so usually that means it's a straight internet dropout. They are parked in the garage and waiting to rejoin. Flack circulating in the 121s and Walt Walker's with a 122.2. So there's about 7/10 gap just on that lap alone between the top two here. Look for the battles further down the track. It's Spotto and Robinson. On board now with Paul Robinson chasing James Spotto in the Red Bull colours. Is he going to try and show the nose on the inside? under brakes. Spotto nice and tight through there. So they got Stenica further up the road. Oh, I just saw him that backsliding out. Really struggling on the tyres. These boys might go for a two-stopper. This is James Spotto in P5, Paul Robinson in P6. This is the closest battle on the track so far at the moment. Walker chipping away at Scott Flack's lead there, down to just under 2 seconds now. Gaining about, oh, a good 1.2 seconds on that last lap alone. It's a very good lap for Wayne Walker to reduce some of that deficit out in front. And we are on lap 12 of 40, over quarter of the way through. These boys have got to let these tyres last for a good 8 more laps. That last race was 15 laps, so it depends how their tyres lasted on the last race as to how well they'll go for this one before they need a pit stop. Do they need to change their driving strategy and look after those tyres, because it is quite a long pit stop here at Adelaide. As you can see the entrance just there on your right hand side. Oh, Stenica just going wide there. I don't know if he's giving way to these guys. Yes, he is. This is his first race with us, so we don't expect him to pull over, really. It's just a gentleman thing that he's doing. He doesn't want to affect anyone else's championship. And Paul Robinson trying to get as much points back. Oh, just a bit of a touch there on corner exit. Paul will tuck back in behind James here. Dab the brake, drop a gear. Get the car to turn and back on it. Will he show the nose on the inside? Late deep braking into the hairpin. Stenica trying to stay with him now. Just get some driving tips, because he'll probably join the league for next year, 2025 season. Just avoiding that inside tyre barrier through the chicane. Let it roll out. Paul just getting that rear loose and happy. A lot of oversteer. Yellow flag up ahead. Someone's in the middle of the track. Oh, it's the other Red Bull. And he's lost the front wing. And Spotto's lost that position. So it's James Spotto out in front of Paul Robinson, but we saw that there was a yellow flag in front. Let's see how it panned out. Oh, Spotto got trapped behind the lap car. Not what you want from your teammate, but they're not officially teammates. As Matthew Belton just losing the front spoiler there. Won't be able to use any downforce at all, as he's struggling to get that car to turn with no front end downforce. You can see him just washing out to the outside. He's trying to take the corners early because he's got no grip at all at the front. Will he come into the pits and get that front spoiler replaced? Not too sure if he knows, because that's what's going to happen. He's going to go out for another lap as he's got Justin Bryce right behind him. All right, up the front, Scott Flack. That gap now to Wayne Walker, just under a second. We can visually see the gap now. Championship leader chasing down Scott Flack. Scott Flack doing everything he needs to do to finish in P4 for the season. his battles there with Paul Robinson, who is actually defending James Spotto, who's got back on the back of Paul Robinson, and Stenica. Fantastic job to stay with him as well. Oh, Stenica just clouting that wall. Don't know if he clipped the inside there. And that was another driver hitting the wall on that bend as well, right behind in the back of the picture. So Stenica out of the picture now. It's down to a 2-horse race for P4 between Paul Robinson and James Spotto. This is probably one of his favourite tracks, it has to be. And that is Walker in the pit lane. And he's coming on 16. So what's he going to do from here? He's gone back on Super Softs. And he's going to rejoin back out in P5. Very quick stop for Wayne Walker. So Scott Flack needs to change his strategy now that he's got no pressure behind. And Spotto just sliding. Probably saw Walker behind him and just freaked a little, wondering what he was doing there. But I'm sure he saw him come out of pit lane after his first pit stop. And that is Matthew Belton coming in for his pit stop as well. He may get that spoiler replaced. We're not too sure if the boys have got a spare one in the truck, but there it goes. It's just popped on. So he has had the car repaired, which is good news for the team. He'll be rejoining in P12. At the moment, we're looking at Craig's Broadbent in P2. Last lap was a 122.6 and the leader was a 122 flat. So it looks like the mid 121s to 122s are the average race pace times. They'll drop off once the tyres drop off as well. So our only pit window would be, well, obvious would be 20, but if Scott Flack wants some tyres at the end of the race, he knows, and if he can stretch it and match the time of Wayne Walker, then he'll stay out there, as he'll give himself more rubber to battle towards the end there. Spotto under fire from Stenica now. Oh, Stenica almost got it loose there. Paul Robinson stretching his gap in front in P4. There he is out front. About 3.5 seconds ahead of a Spotto here. Oh, Stenica just struggling, losing concentration there. Okay, so this is the leader of the race, Scott Flack, well deserved. Got up through the field very early in the opening stages of race 2, and he is running away with it. Craig Broadbent 10 seconds further behind. So that last lap from Scott was a 122 and a 22.5, his fastest lap, and he does hold the fastest lap of the race. Just until I said it, which was pipped by Wayne Walker, but it was a 122 flat. Wayne Walker just came in with a 119.9 on those fresh set of rubbers. So it's a blue band tyres, which is the Super Softs. We'll see what guys are driving on at the moment. If you look up to your left, we've got a bunch of Super Softs, and then Jared Vandervelde is on the Softs, and that's understandable, as he probably thought he can't last a full race on the Super Softs after race 1. All about strategy with the tyres, especially when it comes to a 40-lap race. Almost clipping the grass. What we're going to do, we're going to go a full lap with Scott Flack to see how he does it. We'll have to come back to that because we've got a battle for P2 at the moment. Wayne Walker on fresher tyres, just getting up the inside of Craig Broadbent in P2. It is coming up to lap 20, so will we see Broadbent coming in on this lap? Yes, here he comes. So he's launched it up to the pit lane speed limit, which is, I think it's 40k here. He's got the revs rising, no fuel used, so it's just for tyres as he rolls out. Dropping back to P5 now, rejoining the race. Very awkward rejoin here as you come straight into turn 1, making sure that no one's on your inside. So that was Broadbent coming in for tyres, rejoining in P6. Scott Flack yet to pit. He'd probably want to do that pretty soon, although he did have a 10-second advantage over Broadbent, but I think it's Wayne Walker that's cutting that deficit. So between Flack and Walker, it's already 7-second gap. So even though Walker's closing in, he's already got tyres that are 5 laps old, and we're only just gone through halfway of the race. My guess is Walker may need to come back in, but towards the end he may just conserve those tyres towards the end. It's not usually Wayne's strategy to pit early, that early in this race alone. So it'll be very interesting to see how it pans out towards the end of the race. And that's Paul Robinson coming in the pits as well. So his closest one would be Spotto, and Spotto in the pits. Oh, and he's missed his spot, so he's losing valuable time just getting into the pit box, and that's going to almost be a position for him. Although Paul Robinson spent a bit too much time in the pits as well. As you can see, Spotto rolling out at the same time. So I'm not too sure if Robinson's taken on fuel. As Spotto rejoins in 6. Bryce just going past there, so that'll be a great battle now. And that's how much time he lost on track, because Bryce was further back, but now he's just in front with the undercut and the small mistake from Spotto. So Rob Logan in the pits as well. So Scott Flack, where's he? I'm guessing he's going to come in on this lap. He has to, but he's definitely the king of... There he goes. Here he comes in. Oh, he's overshot it. He can't lose too much time. It's 80k speed limit through, I just noticed. So very quick. Has to hit his spot. Just saw Wayne Walker go through for the lead, and that is going to be the lead that Scott's going to have to pull back on fresh tyres. We just got to see where Scott Flack, where Craig Broadbent is, and that's Broadbent down the back of the straight. So Flack quite comfortable in P2. Now he's just got to concentrate on the gap at the front, chasing the back of Wayne Walker. So with all the pit stops, the drivers have split up, although Steneker out there. I'm not too sure if he's come to pit. We'll see if we can see the number of stops. Yeah, it looks like Steneker hasn't come in. We know Bryce, Justin Bryce has come in, so the counter there is a bit faulty or not 100% for us. So we can't really tell. But Steneker in P4, that's probably where he should be. Although Paul Robinson's further behind, 10 seconds behind. So my guess is that Steneker hasn't come in for his pit stop yet. He really should come in now and just deal with it later on, because it is a long race. He's done well to get the car balanced, and oh, just a bit of a lockup going through there. So Wayne Walker's pulled himself an 11-second lead, and his last lap was a 120.9. Scott Flack was a 122. So Flack's going to have to do better than that. He can't afford to give 2 seconds a lap away to these drivers. So Scott Flack in 2, Craig Broadbent in 3, Steneker right behind him in 4. Where is Paul Robinson? There he is, coming on in the back straight now. Justin Bryce in 6, and here comes Spotto right behind him. So that gap's going to close up. It's just over 2 seconds now. And Jared Vandervoort is in 8. Oh, someone's just crashed up ahead. Who's that? Oh, that's Craig Stoddard. He's down in 13 at the moment. Unfortunate for him. So Rob Logan in 9. Great job from him to move up through the field. That's Troy Cieslowski in the shell car. He's in P12, but we'll go to Neil Haynes. Oh, he's got the leader behind him. He should be getting the blue flag right about now. There it is. And he's just yielded to avoid a penalty there. On lap 24 of 40, we are watching Neil Haynes here in the truck assist Camaro. Behind him in position is Matthew Belton in the Red Bull car, and Troy Cieslowski, and then Craig Stoddard, who we saw earlier, just touching the fence there. Got the race leader right behind him. Wayne Walker charging down now. Not too sure if he's getting the blue flags yet or not, but we do have the race leader right behind him. He needs to be within a certain amount of time, otherwise he won't be received. He is receiving the blue flags now as he goes wide. Oh, don't go in the sand, Craig. Done a relatively smooth job. He could have probably done it in this section here. But if you don't yield within a certain amount of time, you do get a penalty. And Steneker in the pits now, dropping back down into P7 so far, and that's probably where he'll settle as he rejoins the circuit. So if you look at the timing screen, Scott Flack is chewing that time down of to Wayne Walker. Down to 9 seconds. It was 11 seconds before. But he's taken almost 2 seconds out of Wayne Walker just on that last lap alone. And I think I can... No. See where Scott Flack is. So that's Wayne Walker coming into turn 1. And Scott Flack is just coming on the main straight. So that's what 9.5 seconds looks like. But that time is coming down ever so quickly. I think that's Neil Haynes behind. Neil in P10. No, that's must be Rob Logan. We hope you're enjoying the coverage here from Adelaide City on SimHaus Racing. If you haven't already, make sure you like and subscribe. Hit that subscribe button and hit that notification bell. And you'll get notified when we go live to air, which for us will be the last 2 rounds of the NASCAR League. But stay tuned, because we will be hosting a summer series and everyone's invited to join. we'll be going to different cars and tracks. Oh, and that's, don't tell me that's Spotto. No, it's not. It's Matthew Belton, who gets the Jim's Mowing Award. And rejoins the circuit in P11. And that's for position as well behind him. Troy Cieslawski right behind. The field's spreading out quite a bit now. The closest guys are Paul Robinson and Justin Bryce. And there they are, both on track, coming through turn 1. Beautiful shot there. So Justin Bryce cutting through the field now, just getting past, I don't know if that's James Spotto for position. Yes, it is. So James actually chasing him down. The gap down to 1.3 now. So watch this as it unfolds for the last 13 laps. Oh, the front scrubbing out on Justin Bryce's car as it comes through that bend. Would have been a lot of oversteer. And Jared Vanderveed's retired as well. So the boys behind him will advance up. Neil Haynes coming into turn 1 now. Or just getting sideways there. Craig Broadbent coming through. That is Matthew Belton, Troy Cieslawski. So I keep keeping an eye on the timing screens, and Scott Flack is reducing that deficit out in front. Although that last lap they were identical lap times in the 21.5s. So nothing gained on that lap alone, but oh, Neil just running wide there. If you don't know already, this is the last race of the season. Very sad time of year for us in the V8s, but we hope the 2025 cars are a bit better than the 24 cars. Because we're all screaming out for to bring back the 2020 Gen 2 Holden Commodore. Oh, you saw that live here. Let's see if we can watch that one again. Pay attention as Neil Haynes comes through turn 1. You see him just locking up under brakes. So he gets the front end in, almost touching that tyre wall. Oh, he does. He goes through it, up on 2 wheels towards the camera. Duck, everyone. He's about to hit us. Oh, wow. Great shots here coming from Adelaide. I know I've done that move before in practice, just locked up. Got it crossed up, just hitting the tyre barrier and finding my way through the first chicane. So there's large gaps here now. Black holding that gap to 8 seconds. It's going to be towards the end of the race where Flack could gain. Again, both of them lapping in exactly the same time with a 1:21.3 this time. Nothing in it. As we has 3 Tyrees for the final race, unfortunately. David Baker having all sorts of connection issues. So too Alex Kidd has been solid all year long, but unfortunately just disappeared there. Stoddard was able to rejoin the race, but is back in P12 at the moment. And we've got Belton and Czeslowski battling it out. We'll stick with these because this is for position. Czeslowski trying to go up the inside or showing the nose at least. Czeslowski just going high on the ripples. It's not going to gain any up there. There's no traction there. We can see on the but Belton just going wide. That brings Czeslowski back into the fold. And Paul Robinson coming in as well. How's that gap going between Justin Bryce and Spotto? That's blown out to 5 seconds, so something's happened there. And I'd say it was on Belton's side. I heard someone just hit the wall. Czeslowski all over the road there, locking up under brakes. Paul Robinson just taking it easy through this section. Troy Czeslowski being shown the blue flags. As you can see, the flashing blue lights on at the flag marshal posts. If he doesn't yield soon and he gets too many blue flags, there he goes. He's going to give it away. That's what you need to do. That gets rid of the blue flags. And that means Matthew Belton will be the next one to receive the blue for Paul Robinson. Oh, he should be in the zone now. Not too sure if that's Belton coming in the pits. No, it's just giving way to the blue flag there. Not losing too much time. As Justin Bryce now trying to come through the lap drivers. And easily done with Troy Czeslowski. Someone's hit the wall. That's a spin. That's that wasn't P8. Was that Belton? That was Belton as Spotto's just gone through in P6, trying to chase down Justin Bryce. That gap's 4.5 seconds now, but there's only 8 laps to go. Flacky, look at him go. Look at that timing screen. Gap only 6.6. This is where the late pit stop comes into play, is in the final part of the race. Wayne Walker lapping in the 122.4s and Scott Flack punching out a 121.5. There's a blue flag for Troy Czeslowski for James Spotto. Will he get out of the way in time? Not affecting Spotto's lap time. Might stay out wide here. Or just get through the corner and then pull over to the right-hand side, which I think he's going to do. Or he might stay over the left. Just backing off and allowing Spotto to come down the inside. That's exactly what he's going to do. Spotto coming away from the wall now. Backing just in time to get it in position for this corner. The sun's starting to set now, making it harder for these drivers to look up the road. Czeslowski winning the battle between him and Matthew Belton. And that is the battle you can see behind. This is for P10 and 11 now. Battle to stay in the top 10 as Neil Haynes up into P9. Oh, Belton trying to come up the inside. Keep it very close racing here between these two. Alright, so we'll go back up the front with the race leader, championship leader, round leader. Very dominated performance from Wayne Walker. Expect nothing less as his current V8 champion for Down Under Series. And this will be his first SimHaus title with us in the V8s. Everyone just looking for an answer for him to beat him for next year. And that gap to Scott Flack. Once again, Flack taking 7/10 out of Wayne Walker's lead. Gap down now to 5.5 seconds. He is on the charge, coming through now. It looks like he can see Wayne Walker just up ahead of the road. There he is, the purple machine. Up ahead, Scott Flack has got laser focus on the back of that car because he's got 5 laps now to get to the back of Wayne Walker. He's got 5 seconds to gain, so he needs to put a second on the lap. And again, we always say it, it's one thing to catch, it's another thing to pass. But anything can happen. We've got 5 laps to go. Yellow in sector 1. Oh, someone's scrubbing those tyres. The battle between Justin Bryce and James Spotto for 5 and 6 is stretched out now, and Steneker, after that pit stop, has settled into P7 ahead of Rob Logan, who had a great showing at the first race. If you love the coverage, make sure you give us a thumbs up as well. We do appreciate everyone showing whether they like the coverage or not. We'll be going back to the drawing board and bringing you something more immersive and more exciting for 2025. So make sure you stay tuned for next season, which should start early March. Actually, it should be late February because we'll be going to the Grand Prix for one of the rounds of the V8s, and that'll be probably the second round of the season. The opening round will be at Sydney Motorsport Park or Eastern Creek. That gap under 5 seconds now with 4 laps to go. That's what he needs to do. But lap times were pretty equal on that last lap. How has he done for this one? Has Wayne Walker found some more pace in that car? Racing for Hog's Breath and Wayne's World Motorsport. Craig Broadbent. He's had solid runs all year. He's going to take P3. P2 actually, from Alex Kiddas. Not that one. So Alex Kiddas will lose that battle to Craig Broadbent. So Broadbent will, if positions stay the same, he will take P2 in the championship ahead of Alex Kiddas, who's been strong all year, but tonight's not his night, unfortunately. So then the battle between Flack and Robinson, you can see they're on equal points, and it looks like Scott Flack will be winning that battle as well. So consider Flack in the P4 position, and Robinson will fall down in the P5 position. Paul Robinson's been pretty solid in the P4 all year long, and Kiddas has been solid in the P2 all year long. But when it comes to the drop rounds, that's when it brings it into a level playing field. Now, the reason for the 2 drop rounds is this season runs all year long. So, you know, if people want to go on holidays, they can still afford to miss a round or 2 and still be in the championship, as long as they just keep punching out the consistent points at the front. And that's definitely what Craig Broadbent has done, and Scott Flack has done as well. So Scott Flack's gap is 4.5 seconds, but it won't be enough. What could have been if Scott Flack came in a couple of laps earlier? We're not too sure. I guess we'll have to tune in for the strategy same time next year. But Scott Flack definitely loves pitting later on tyres. And if it wasn't a compulsory pit stop required in race 2, then Scott Flack may have even gone the whole race without changing. It's actually closing right in on Wayne Walker on this lap alone. The gap under 4 seconds now. Still needs something major to happen, as Wayne Walker's just up the road. I'm sure that's Logan right behind him. Yes, it is. It only takes 1 or 2 mistakes, one little mistake from Wayne Walker, and everything changes for the round. Scott Flack may have it if he gets the win on this one. Oh, sector in, yellow in sector 3, but that's past. I can hear someone slow in the foreground. As Wayne Walker probably going to bring us around for the last lap of the race. And this is lap 40 off 40. Thank you for tuning in for the year. Make sure you stay tuned. We're going to have a little interview with the championship leader, Wayne Walker. As he brings us around one more time. Last lap of the year in P1, as he's been all year long, out in front, untouched. It's unfortunate Matt Collins snapped a steering cable and had to pull out just before the race start, because his race pace, and he dominated here last year, he would have challenged Wayne Walker all the way to the end. Wayne Walker, just a couple of corners to go now. Scott Flack closing in, but it won't be enough as Wayne Walker passes the final corner of the season. Here he comes down the main straight. And that is Wayne Walker. And Scott Flack in P2. Great race from Scott Flack there. This is Craig Broadbent coming around the final corner as well. Coming down the main straight, Craig Broadbent taking P3. Nice solid race from him, untouched. Paul Robinson tried all he could to catch, but he battled out with James Spotto early on. Had a couple of little incidents. And Justin Bryce will be coming home in P5. And that's a spin on the final corner, and James Spotto That's for position. So James Spotter will be crossing the line, taking it on the line, and Bryce locks up on the final corner, losing 1 spot. And then hang on, Stenica, solid race. We'll finish in P7. Rob Logan coasting around just the last couple of corners. He hasn't finished the race yet, but he's pulling into the pits. Not too sure if he's aware. Maybe he has been. So we're watching Wayne Walker doing his victory lap in front of the crowd. Very much SVG style. What we might do is grab Wayne Walker into the commentary box. So we're just watching Wayne Walker. We've got him online. Wayne Walker, are you there? Mate, congratulations. A solid race all year long. Congratulations. That is the 2024 V8 Championship for SimHaus. How do you feel? No worries, mate. It's been good to have you. You've dedicated yourself to the season, and we really appreciate it. And you definitely showed the boys who's boss, and well deserved there, buddy. And you had a good teammate keeping you company up the front, but tonight he's had a bit of unluck and lost the position for finishing P3 in the championship. Yeah, he's unable to rejoin as well, so hope he's all right there. So it's very unfortunate because he was very solid all year long, to be honest, and well deserved. But gets third in the championship. But Wayne Walker, once again, thank you very much for joining us this year, and hope to see you again in 2025. Yeah, well, everyone stay tuned. Wayne Walker being crowned 2024 champion in the V8 SimHaus League for 2024, and that will wrap it up for us here at SimHaus. I will jump into the to the chat room with the boys, and I'll see if anyone wants to have a chat. Here we go. All right. Hey guys, it's Shane here. You're live on air. How was that for the final race of this evening? I must thank you all for joining us this year. Really appreciate your participation and respect for each other. It's been really good to see, and I hope to see you guys back in 2025. We've just crowned Wayne Walker the champion for 2024. Very dominated performance. And congratulations to him. Also, and with that race tonight, that promoted Craig Broadbent into P2 for the championship as well. Well done, Craig. Unfortunately, Alex Kiddas had some internet issues tonight and lost that battle and finishes the championship in P3. And between Paul Robinson and Scott Flack, that was equal before coming into tonight. And Scott Flack winning that one tonight, finishing P4 for the championship. Yeah, drove a solid race tonight, Scotty.
Probably worse for the other guy.
Got very twitchy after about 6 or 7 laps, especially that turn 4. Every time you turned in, it wanted to turn back out.
Yeah. Yep.
Once it dies, where you're driving a different car, that's for sure.
I just wanted to repeat because the mic wasn't on for the Discord channel. We've crowned Wayne Walker champion for 2024. And sorry, Wayne, I'll just get your word again on how you feel for the championship.
Oh, it's awesome. It's good to take the championship.
And you're taking the crown off your mate Craig Broadbent. You gotta.
Yeah.
Are we surprised? We're not surprised, are we, Wayne?
No, very good effort, Wayne.
I don't know.
Very solid effort all year long. Well done, well deserved. And all your boys, well deserved and great racing this year. Really appreciate the sportsmanship and the respect for each other, and really appreciate the great community. And I hope we get more in the community for next year in 2025.
Good stuff.
Yeah, let's build it. Yeah, let's build it. Thanks, Shano.
Yeah, mate.
All right, just to let you guys know too, we're going to release a summer series, so stay tuned for that one. That'll be a quick fire, either once a week or once every 2 weeks, changing up the car and track each round. So that's always been a good one for us and exciting to do over the summer. So hope you can join us for that one, and you guys at home can join us as well. All right, I'll leave. Thanks, guys, again. Appreciate it. I heard your word of thanks before, so I do appreciate that, and hope to see you again next year.
Do we know when we get the U cars?
Not too sure. We'll have to find out. We'll stay tuned early next year.
We need them.
Hey, I'm only getting used to these ones. Don't rush it.
We need U cars to these things. Yeah.
All right, guys. So that brings us to the close of the broadcast. Thank you for joining us at home. Really appreciate your participation and support, and we hope to see you in 2025. If you're tuning in for the NASCAR League, the next race will be at Talladega, actually, so we're looking forward to that one. That's will be on the 27th of November 2024, so make sure you tune in for that. That'll be the last oval one. That'll be quite intense, that one. And then we'll go to Bell Island on the 11th of December. So tune in for that one for the NASCAR. Other than that, that's it for me. We'll release the full championship table on our Discord, so make sure you follow the link down in the description and be part of it for next year, and even be part of our summer series for 2024/2025. All right, until the NASCAR, we'll see you that. That's it for me. I'm your host, Shane Gilfella. Good night.